Have you ever seen a cafeteria infested with rats? This was a scene on July 13th at the Phase 1 cafeteria of Fuchang Electronics factory in Dongguan, Guangdong province, where a rat was crawling over the employees' food. The appalling sanitary conditions left people feeling extremely uncomfortable. Would you believe that the delicious-looking braised pork and crispy fried chicken on the dining tables came from a warehouse filled with rotten meat? On July 15th, in Weinan, Shanxi province, a woman filled an illegal workshop processing dead chickens. She described the scene. The worker's hair was matted, and the stench was overwhelming everywhere. Another shocking scene was filmed by a social media user on July 15th, showing a warehouse filled with rotting meat, resembling a horror movie set reflecting the current state of food safety in China. This social media user discovered the warehouse under a residential building in Kuqing, Yunnan province. In front of the warehouse was a tricycle loaded with rotting meat in plastic bags, seemingly ready to be delivered somewhere. It's horrifying to imagine if this rotten meat ended up in restaurants and on customers' tables. To prevent the rotten meat from entering the food delivery system, the user reported the issue to the Market Regulatory Bureau. However, there has been no official response so far. The lack of response and resolution to this complaint is somewhat expected. In China, it is widely believed that the Market Regulation Bureau is merely a facade. From tainted milk powder to gutter oil, from clenbuterol to fake vaccines, repeated food safety scandals have eroded the foundation of public trust in Chinese society. Even if the Market Regulation Bureau accepted the case and imposed penalties, such food safety incidents continue to occur in China. The Chinese government focuses on promoting so-called economic miracles while neglecting the basic food safety of its people. Is this food safety management meant to provide meals for people or to feed livestock? On one side are the luxurious banquets for the leaders, and on the other, the garbage meals for the general people. This stark contrast is truly ironic. Under the influence of a corrupt system, people have long fallen into a mutual harm abyss. When making money becomes a sole objective, and morality and law are seen as obstacles to be trampled, what else could they possibly refrain from doing for profit? The best examples of this are the reappearance of rat heads in food. Recently, a netizen from Hangzhou posted a video on social media sharing he found a strange object in his cup of Laotown mustard beef noodles. The images he shared showed a suspicious lump near the pickled mustard packet, which appeared to have sharp teeth and whiskers upon closer inspection. The packaging of the instant noodles had a label stating, "Visible Safe Factory, scan to watch production line," with a QR code that could be scanned to view videos of the production line in the pickled mustard fermentation room. After identifying the strange object, the netizen stated, "It's a rat head in the mustard, no mistake. I even bit into it." Chinese media discovered that the person in question was Mr. Wu, who purchased a cup of instant beef noodles of the brand Laotown mustard owned by Uni-President Enterprises from a small shop on July 14th. He found the rat head while eating it that evening and has since filed a complaint with the local market regulation department. During the meal, he first scooped up the mustard, which he found to have a fishy taste, and upon spitting it out, discovered hair and teeth, confirming it was a rat head. At 3 p.m. on July 15th, Mr. Wu posted another video saying, "Staff from Uni-President are handling the issue," but the video has since become inaccessible. Journalists attempted to contact Mr. Wu were unable to send messages due to his privacy settings. They then called the customer service hotline of Kunshan Uni-President Enterprise Company, where a representative stated that a specialist had been assigned to contact the consumer to verify the situation. The representative also mentioned that the mustard packets are provided by a supplier and the packaging includes a QR code that can trace the factory origin. Although this incident has reached a conclusion, the public outcry continues. Some commentators said, "China's food safety is truly worrisome, always has been. Even meat buns, who knows what meat they're made from?" An insider explained, "The rat was caught in the mustard, packaged into the mustard packet, and the rat head was cut into pieces by the machine, looking about the same size as a fork. This mustard issue has been exposed multiple times without resolution. The mustard is collected with no quality assurance. Other ingredients are dried vegetables, easy to spot, but rat heads are hard to detect. The mustard packets are more heavy and have more space, so more secret filth can be harbored there. Some expressed doubt. The rat head is too clear, it's undeniable. It's hard to believe it could escape the vegetable cutter in the mustard packet production. The rat head is too big. Any seasoning packet should have noticed it. This evidence is difficult to gather. All packaging bags should be kept for inspection. While the rat head in mustard incident remains to be confirmed, the rat head in takeaway is indisputable. On the same day, a user in Chengdu posted a video showing a rat found in a takeaway order from Chinese shopping platform Meituan. The video clearly shows the rat, unlike the rat head in mustard, making it easy to identify. The rat's ears and eyes, even its limbs and tail, were visible. Wrapped in seasoning and vegetables with a thin layer of oil, it was evidently cooked with the takeaway meal. This isn't the first incident. In February, a Chinese user posted a video online saying he found a suspected rat head in a jar of spicy bean paste made by a company in Chengdu, Sichuan province. Upon reviewing the video, it is evident that the bean paste contains an object resembling part of a rat's head, with what appears to be rat hair clearly visible. The uploader told Chinese media, "I discovered this rat head after cooking my meal, and it was only near the end of the jar of bean paste. It completely ruined my appetite for the entire day." He then filed a complaint with the local 12315 hotline on March 19th, stating, "I don't want compensation, I just want to expose these kinds of manufacturers." The bean paste is produced by a factory registered in Chengdu. A factory staff member stated that they received a call from the Market Regulation Department on the morning of March 20th and had seen the video online. However, the factory insists that their bean paste processing is fully automated, making the presence of such a large foreign object nearly impossible. Following the repeated appearance of rat heads in various foods, public skepticism about food safety in China has surged. For many, the focus is not on whether the manufacturer apologizes or the Market Regulation Bureau responds, but on the fact that even if apologies and responses occur, they cannot prevent the next rat head from appearing. Last year, news of a student at Jiangxi Vocational College finding a rat head in the cafeteria went viral, despite the involved school and Market Regulation Bureau claiming it was a duck neck, not a rat head. They faced widespread ridicule and received a penalty from the Chinese market regulation authorities. The judgment document revealed that the implicated company, named Jiangxi Zhongkuai Logistics Service, the contractor for the Jiangxi Vocational College cafeteria, was fined 100,000 yuan and had almost 1,330 yuan of illegal earnings confiscated. The three responsible individuals, Zhu, Dao, and Yi, were fined 10, 9, and 8 times their annual incomes, respectively, totaling 7.1 million yuan. The judgment also mentioned other incidents, including a caterpillar found in a student's meal on June 8, 2023, and a black stink bug found in another student's food 5 days later. In just 2 weeks, the same cafeteria experienced 3 food safety issues, even after the rat head incident. This blatant disregard for food safety couldn't be ignored, even with cover-up by the Market Regulation Bureau. Despite the heavy fines, other food vendors were not deterred. Within 3 months, rat heads reappeared across the nation, further eroding public confidence in food safety. Incidents like kerosene tankers transporting cooking oil and sewage trucks delivering drinking water have sparked public outrage. Instead of addressing these issues, Chinese authorities silenced whistleblowers, such as journalist Han Fu Tao, who exposed the oil tanker scandal, leading to widespread public outrage. The practice of targeting the person who points out the issue instead of targeting the issue itself is a common tactic of the Chinese government. The system that enables rent-seeking and corruption acts as a safety umbrella for persistent food safety problems. This system makes the transfer of benefits an open secret, rendering even the strictest laws ineffective. The lax enforcement and insufficient penalties encourage unethical businesses to take risks. When breaking the law carries negligible consequences, profiteering becomes the norm, and the bad drives out the good scenario plays out inevitably. The consequences of the food safety lapses have already manifested in people's health, affecting even children. A blogger named Xin Jifei stated, "I have been earnestly advising you all, yet you accuse me of fear-mongering. The effects are already evident. Recently, I read that pediatric tumors surged by over 100,000 cases by 2019. It's somewhat understandable for people in their 30s or 50s to get tumors, but the rise in children's tumors underscores the severity of the food safety problem. The CEO of JD.com once said, "China's food safety is severely compromised. The chicken you eat might never have walked more than 3 meters in its life. The ducks have never seen water." Jack Ma from Alibaba mentioned that the issue keeping him awake at night is that China's water is undrinkable, its food inedible, and children can't drink milk, causing immense distress as people's hard-earned money is all spent on medical bills. Even such prominent figures recognize the gravity of China's food safety issues, yet people still foolishly defend it. Regarding undrinkable water, recent reports have also highlighted food safety concerns with China's Nongfu Spring brand. The Hong Kong Consumer Council tested 30 drinking water brands available in China and found that Nongfu Spring in Bai Shui Mountain had bromate levels reaching the EU limit. Bromate is a potential carcinogen that can cause vomiting and abdominal pain when consumed in large quantities. This revelation adds another layer to China's food safety issue. Following this, Nongfu Spring defended itself, stating that Hong Kong's testing standards were EU standards, not Chinese standards, and that it met Chinese standards for safe consumption. They also claimed that the Hong Kong Consumer Council used natural mineral water standards for testing, whereas Nongfu Spring is drinking natural water, making the comparison invalid. The Hong Kong Consumer Council apologized, but public opinion did not shift in favor of Nongfu Spring. Someone commented and said, "I only realized today that Nongfu Spring is neither mineral water nor pure water. It is just, quote, drinking natural water, end quote. Why use spring in the brand name to mislead people?" Many people decided to avoid Nongfu Spring in Bai Shui Mountain, arguing that China's standards are too low. Although drinking these might not be fatal, they don't guarantee healthy living either. An overseas blogger under the name Old Wong in his 30s suggested that the exposed food safety issues are just the tip of the iceberg. He said, "My first job in China was at COFCO's cooking oil division, so I have some insider knowledge. I majored in food science, and my thesis was on cow feed and milk quality. In 2015, I returned to work at an Inner Mongolia Yili factory, focusing on reducing feeding costs with little regard for regulations or milk quality. The notorious melamine scandal was just a cost-cutting measure, using nitrogen to fake protein content. Domestic milk, often forced to mature quickly, can't meet standard protein and fat levels. This results in big-headed babies due to severe protein deficiency, which, while technically safe, raises significant quality issues. Many people conflate food safety with food quality." He explained that so-called safety means the food won't cause immediate harm. In contrast, quality refers to whether the nutritional content meets standards and benefits health. Most Chinese food falls into the no nutrition or won't kill but might harm categories. The blogger also mentioned China's food quality issues stem from profit-driven companies using extreme measures, with corruption and regulatory collusion enabling these conditions. While incidents like the kerosene tank truck transporting food, the rat head, and the carcinogenic substance in Nongfu Spring are alarming, they represent just a fraction of the issues. Many food safety and quality problems are unresolved. For instance, some domestic sugars, especially from Guilin, consistently exceed sulfur content limits. Similarly, the protein content in Chinese milk products is often insufficient. These raw material issues pose significant threats. This is a tragedy for many Chinese people. Their emotions are constantly manipulated, occasionally thinking they've uncovered the truth, only to face even more despairing realities, sometimes too afraid to seek the truth at all.